Good morning, I'm Chris Jansing, and it is going to go down to the wire in Michigan, where our brand new NBC News Marist poll shows the race neck and neck. Mitt Romney up just 2 points on Rick Santorum. That is a virtual dead heat. Romney has a little more breathing room in Arizona, where he is up double digits. All of it, though, making for a very interesting night of debating tonight, what could be the last debate of this primary season. David Hawkings is the editor of CQ Roll Call Daily Briefing. Karen Hunter is a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and MSNBC contributor. Brett O'Donnell coached Mitt Romney for those crucial Florida debates, and then he came back and won Florida, as you will recall. Welcome to all of you.
Nice to be here.
David, the Detroit News endorsed Romney this morning. The governor got behind him last week. Will any of that make a difference?
Well, every little bit helps, I guess, and it seems like he's now in a position to label himself sort of the comeback kid if he actually pulls this off, which is an amazing feat for
somebody. Would you say right now he is not the favorite?
He's not the face. I have to admit, I haven't been in Michigan in the last couple of weeks. I've only been in Washington and here. But to see everything you read, he doesn't look like the favorite. It does look like, as I understand it from reading the interiors of the poll, that Romney is doing really well with the people who've already voted in Michigan, but he's in a statistical tie or maybe even a point behind Santorum among people who are waiting to vote until actual primary day.
And Karen, the poll is resurrecting the same problems that we've seen before for Mitt Romney. Rick Santorum beating him among Tea Party supporters, among extreme conservatives and the left. Those really rabid voters are the ones who tend to go to the polls.
Exactly, and I was going to say it's the same old story where if he is leading in the polls, it's because Rick Santorum and his Bayer aspirin-toting friends are making missteps in the public that are creating a problem for them. So they're losing it, not so much Mitt Romney is winning it. So.
I don't know. Do you think that the social issues are losing it for him, or is it why he is where he is?
No, it is where he is, but he's gone a little too far. You know, the tapes that have come out about Satan and taking over America and all these other things, they're a little wacky, and I think, you know, you can be a little wacky, but not that wacky.
There are liberal blogs that are urging Democrats right now, go out and vote, because as we all know, that you can vote if you are an independent or a Democrat in the Republican primary. We've seen this before. Right. What do you think the chances are this is going to happen? And if it is as tight a race as we think it is, could it make a difference?
Sure, it absolutely could make a difference, right? Democrats and independents, they have nobody else to vote for next Tuesday. So if they really want to make hay, and if they're organized, this is not going to be a groundswell of people. So the question is, and I don't know the answer, is somebody trying to organize them to go out to the polls? Is somebody going to help them get there?
Yeah, the word is that they're particularly pushing unions, and they're saying go to the polls to vote against Mitt Romney because of his opposition to the auto bailout.
Isn't this fun? I mean, only in America, I think I'm going to Michigan to vote. You know, it's just turned
I don't think you could vote.
Well, I have residency in a bunch of places like Mitt Romney. So
multiple homes.
Yeah, multiple homes, just like Mitt Romney. But I just think it's so exciting that you can be in this time and still not have a definitive front runner, still not have, I mean, this man, you're talking about him as a comeback kid. Everyone had ordained him from the beginning, and now there's all of this opposition. It's wonderful right now to be an American.
Well, you know, it makes all of this a lot more fun watching the debate tonight. We're only on debate number 273, but we're still interested for some reason. Brett, Chuck Todd is reporting that there's a disagreement within the Romney camp about how to approach this. What do you do about Rick Santorum? And obviously it's a critical question. Is it time to go after him hard on social issues, or is it likely to come back and bite him because then it shines a light somewhere that he doesn't want it to shine? What would you tell him to do?
Well, I don't think Romney is going to go after Rick Santorum on social issues. I mean, I think, you know, Santorum's weaknesses have to come from the right. You can't go after him from the left. I think that would be a disaster for Mitt Romney. And my advice to the governor would be...
do you just let it go? Do you leave it up to the moderator?
No, my advice to the governor would be don't throw the first punch. You know, you don't have to go... First of all, I disagree that he is not the favorite. I think Mitt Romney is the favorite still. He may not be the front runner, but he still has the best infrastructure. He still has the most resources. And I think that makes him the favorite even to win Michigan, and your numbers show that he is now back in the lead in Michigan, where, you know, Santorum had a 9-10 point lead just a few days ago. So, you know, I think that he's not going to go after the governor on social issues, or go after Senator Santorum on social issues.
But the questions will be asked, and the question is then, what does Rick Santorum do about it? And here's a guy who it's all about the authenticity issue, and so when he talks about these things, people see a passion, and they like that. that. But he can also tend to look a little bit judgmental, I think, sometimes when he talks about these issues. Where does he find that line between passion and preachy? And what would you say to Rick Santorum?
Well, Rick Santorum has got to get back on message. I mean, you know, he has really kind of been off message for the last few days. Santorum's best message is when he's doing the blue collar, I'm for the worker.
I am like you.
You know, look, this election is still about the economy. And while social issues are important, the family is important, certainly to Republican primary voters, still, even on their minds, they're looking for the person who can best handle the economy. And Santorum has a great message. He's got to get back on that message. And so I think that, you know, he's got to pivot off of the social issues tonight, explain what he meant by the comments, put those to bed, and then get back onto his message. He had a great message on energy the other day. I mean, those are the kinds of things that he needs to be talking about.
And tonight's his chance to be heard on those
Absolutely.
things. I've got to ask you about Newt, because he's a wild card here. This is a guy who can pull out an incredible debate performance, and he has done it. He's also had a couple of not-so-good debates. What are you expecting from him tonight? Because a lot of people are saying this is it for him. If he's going to make his mark, he better do it tonight.
This is, I mean, the stakes couldn't be higher for Newt Gingrich. They're probably higher than any of the other candidates on the stage. He's been out of the conversation for the last few weeks, or a couple of weeks, because he's had no momentum, and he's got to get back into the conversation. Now, Newt is at his best when he's debating the media and the moderator. And interestingly enough, tonight, John King is the moderator, and that's who he took to task in the debate in South Carolina over the comments on his ex-wife and infidelity. So it'll be interesting to see how that dynamic goes down. Newt is at his worst when he's really debating the other people on the stage and going after them, because it doesn't come off very well. So, you know, the chances for Newt to have a big moment are if he gets back into that mode where he is able to go after Obama, go after the media, and have a big moment where he's able to basically grandstand. And we'll see if that happens.
Yeah, they haven't talked a lot about what their strategy is tonight, although Santorum has said, Karen, that he is going to stand by what he says. That's his plan. He believes what he says. He's going to stand by what he says, including the comments that he made about Satan setting his sights on attacking the U.S. that came out over the last 24 hours or so. What are you looking for tonight?
I'm looking for, I think that Newt is going to be the wild card. I think he's going to throw some dolos because he is an egomaniac and he wants some attention, and it's the one way to get some. And I think he's going to clobber Mitt Romney, and he's going to probably put some banana peels out for Santorum so that he can rise. And I think that, you know, Ron Paul's still in this as well. You know, he's going to make some quips and definitely, you know, excite his base. I don't know if Santorum can not back away from this stuff. I think it's hurt him, and I disagree that, you know, the social issues are great, but he's gone a little too far and he's turned off a lot of people, and I think the polls are showing that.
Do we think this is so important?